Hello everybody! How you guys doing? Welcome back to the Cherry Bomb Blossom Boutique. My name is Renan, your lovely fashion dolly. And we'll be alive, people.
No, it's too gay in here.
We'll be alive. Sorry, I promised myself I wouldn't use the soundboard that much anymore. But you know, I kind of had to. It's been a while. I am alive. I am well. Surprising to probably no one because I've been like, you know, giving signs of life on Discord, and you know, if you guys call me, which I don't think anybody do, but if you guys call me, I will probably answer. And it's been mostly okay for the most part. But I am alive. I am okay. I can talk. I can express myself. I can actually yell now, which, you know, if you know anybody like me, you know that not being able to yell is kind of a death sentence, to be honest. Like, we extrovert people, we breathe through talking. Like, I don't know if you have noticed, but I actually have troubles perfecting that technique, because if you catch me talking long enough, what will happen is that I will start running out of breath because I do not breathe while talking. And so, you know, that's kind of what we extroverts do. We kind of have perfected this like filter system where we breathe while we talk so that we can continue to talk and continue to extract your energy so that we can fuel ourselves over. And so I was essentially like, it's kind of like when you cut off the beak of a mosquito and you just kind of watch them helplessly like flail in pain and know that they are going to die a painful death by starvation because they will no longer be able to feed themselves. Yeah, that's basically me. That is what was happening to me a couple days ago. But now I am better. I am feeling lovely, feeling good, feeling a little bit less gay because, you know, Pride Month's over, unfortunately. Pride Month is... Oh shit. Something. Whoopsie. Pride Month is no longer in effect, which fortunately does mean that, well, the gig is up, Mary. The gig is up. I am no longer allowed to be gay as much as I would like to be. But that's fine. That's fine. Also, first thing on the agenda here, speaking of the gay agenda, first thing on the agenda here on my little notebooks that I have here, I need you guys to gird your loins today. I need you guys to today not be alarmed and do not be concerned, because there is no cause for it. Well, there might be cause to be concerned, but not cause to be alarmed. So today is football day. Today is World Cup day, and specifically today Mexico is playing in the World Cup. What does this mean? Well, what it means is that there is gonna be a lot more yelling. There's gonna be a lot more cursing. There's gonna be a lot more my sister unwantedly and probably unintentionally putting a curse in a definite player's bloodline for the rest of their lives, because you should see what she fucking does whenever she gets angry about it. So I just wanna start out with that PSA. If you hear somebody being murdered in the background, don't worry about it. It's my sister. And you know what? I kind of understand the hype. I kind of do understand the hype, because I do not know, and I do not care to, but I do not doubt either that there are people betting their house on this. I do not doubt that there are people out there betting their future on Mexico winning the World Cup. Like, do not get it twisted, Mary. People out there are truly and absolutely blind faith, putting their whole life at stake into this. This is what their life's mission has been for the past few weeks. So like, I understand the hype and I understand the seriousness of the situation, and particularly I understand it because there has been quite a lot of ads on the television where businesses are essentially taking the opportunity to scam the fuck out of people and do straight up gambling shit. Just straight up gambling. There's this like brand of what colchones? What do you call it in English? Mattresses. There's this brand of mattresses who says, and I quote, should Mexico win their next match, they will give you 20% back of what you spent in a mattress. Which, number one, I would say that is quite a bit of a low percentage to give back. Like, 20% is nothing. Have you seen how much these mattresses cost nowadays? Have you seen how much it costs to sleep? 20% is nothing. And you're betting 20% on whether or not Mexico locks in and wins their next match. Which, to be honest, it's kind of been the marketing of the whole thing since the start. Like, for some reason I do not understand, and I do not know how to comprehend, their whole marketing thing for Mexico being part of the World Cup and just being, in general, part of this phenomenon is that their slogan is, what if? Their slogan is quite literally, what if? What if we win? What if it happens? What if for the first time in forever, Mexico actually wins the World Cup? And I do not know the level of confidence you must have for this, but it doesn't sound like you have a lot of it. To me personally, that doesn't sound like you have a lot of confidence on the situation that's happening today. So I'm quite a bit interested on the sidelines. You know, I'm kind of just like looming. I'm kind of just like watching from the outside, like a tiger just perusing around their prey. Because honestly, I could not give a shit about this whole situation happening right now, because it's not my circus, not my monkeys. I do not care for football. I do not care for soccer. I do not care for any of that. But there is a legal and contractual thing that you sign when you become a Mexican. When you first come out of the womb, you first have to sign this. Otherwise, you're not allowed to be Mexican. Is that when everyone is Mexican, you must be Mexican as well. What does this mean? When everybody is cheering for Mexico, you must cheer for Mexico as well, regardless of what you're doing and when you're going. Regardless of what is happening, you are Mexican. And therefore, you must be Mexican with the rest of the people. Therefore, despite the fact that I do not give a fuck about what the results of the World Cup is, I will be angry. I will be angry if Mexico doesn't win. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. But what you guys been up to? Ooh, hello, Seraphine. How's it been? Where is that Nova? I know, right? I know, right? No, Nova is no longer my biggest fan. Seraphine has taken that place now. But don't worry, Seraphine. I'm sure. All you really have to do is just show up more often than him. That's it. All you really have to do is show up more often, and you'll be fine. Regardless of what you are Mexican. I mean, yeah, that's what I mean, though. You quite literally sign a blood path whenever you are born as a Mexican. That if you are Mexican, you need to be Mexican with the rest of us. Meaning that if we are in the World Cup and we are winning, you need to cheer. You need to be happy. Otherwise, you may get your Mexican license revoked. You know, you will be taken into the back rooms and you'll be turned white or something. I don't know. I mean, are you Mexican though, Nova? If you're not Mexican, then you don't have to. You don't have to do it. Oh, you are Mexican. I don't know. For some reason, my brain just thinks that you're Puerto Rican for some reason. Like, for some reason, my brain just, like, auto-profiles you. You know? My brain auto-profiles you as, like, you know, what's it called? Like American plus. Like you're kind of Americans a little bit, just a little bit American. Like there is something white in you. There is something white in you. Whether it's a man or a woman, that is not my business, not my problem. But there is something white in you. Hey everyone, how you doing, sweetheart? Hope you're having a good day. Hi, Akagi. It's been a while since I see you, girl. How's it been? How do I ban the streamer? You cannot ban me here. You have no power here. You have absolutely no power. This is my stream. This is my circus. This is the theater of the absurd that Renan has opened for all of you today. But yeah, just all that is to say, if you hear very hardcore screaming to the point to which you may think that my whole family is being murdered and that I am next, do not worry about that. That's just my sister being very excited. I would always rep Bad Bunny Landia. Not Bad Bunny Landia, holy shit. Not you LARPing as a Mexican. Honestly though, I don't think I'm... Oh, thank you, Salem. Thank you so much for the lurk. I appreciate it. I'm gonna be honest here though. I don't think I am as much more Mexican than any of you. Well, it's starting. It's starting. I hope you can hear it. I hope you can hear it because it's starting. I don't think I am much more Mexican than any of you are. I'm gonna be honest. I fear I may have been whitewashed by the American community because I remember. This is such a bad thing, by the way. Do not follow in my footsteps. When I first got my job earlier this year, you know, before I was fired and kicked out of the office into spectacular splendor and glamour. When I first got hired, I remember that people in the office were talking about the president, and I did not know who they were talking about. Because they were calling her by name. They were like, "Oh, Claudia Sheinbaum," or whatever the fuck it's called. And I am sitting here being like, I don't know who that? Claudia Shane? Is she like the CEO of Shein or something like that? And I remember the death stare that everybody gave me at that moment when I told them that I did not know the president's name. So like at this point, I am no more and no less Mexican than any one of you can be. Honestly, Doki Bird is probably more Mexican than I am at this point. So like, I don't know, girl. I don't know. What I do know is that I was outside. I was outside taking a walk because, you know, I walk. I like to take in the scenery every once in a while. I like to pretend like I'm a normal human being and I am not in a crippling economic situation, and I just go outside every once in a while. And it was the night that Mexico was playing against Ecuador, and I vividly remember going in like a street that is just like all houses, all like family houses, no businesses, just houses and stuff like that. And when I tell you that whenever Mexico scored, the way that all of these houses started roaring up and lighting up in ovation, just screaming, "Goal!" out of the top of their lungs. Every single family in every single freaking house, the whole thing was just chanting and screaming. And that was such a magical moment for me, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I don't think I have ever felt more part of a community as I did at that time, despite the fact that these are people that I do not know and will probably kill me. But it was just something about it, about being united towards the same goal, that it was just, you know, It was very heartwarming. It was very heartwarming for sure. Hold on, let me catch up. Let me catch up. It has been, life has been fucking me, but I am alive. Damn, has it at least been good? Has it at least like been like a good fuck, like good lay? Oh my god, thank you so much, Sarek, for the 5-month subscriptions. We're almost there. We're almost there to our baby. Jesus. We're almost there to our baby. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about being a parent soon? We're gonna be a parent. You gotta think about the name. Gotta think about the name. What is my brain thinking? But yeah, you know, there was a while where my brain was a little fucked, just a tiny little bit, fucked, and I did not know why I was saying this. But instead of saying people, "Hi, how are you? How are you doing today?" For some reason, I started asking people if they have been late today. So I guess that's a good question to ask all of you today. Have you been late? Have you laid today? Whether it be laid eggs, lay down, or get fucked. Has anybody laid today? I hope you have laid. Yes, thank God, Salem. Thank God. Sorry, the lamp. Sorry about that, you and your fucking weird-ass name. Looks like Sarah. Don't look at her. Don't look at her for emotional support. Hey, eyes on me. Eyes on me. I am the streamer right here, right now. You don't need to be paying attention to me, not her. Up there. No lays, but the night is still young and hopeless. Hey, listen. You can still lay down. You can still lay down. You know? By the way, thank you so much for the hydration. I'm not gonna stretch because I literally just sat down. Yeah. So, what else do we gotta cover today? Well, I guess we should talk about what we're doing today. Because today is a very special day because it's been a while since you guys seen me do anything related to... Why do I have my glasses? Anyway. It's been a while since you guys seen me do anything related to our work, and particularly, it's been a while since you guys seen me literally do anything when it comes to rendering. I used to love rendering until I didn't anymore. You know, it's just one of those things that I just don't like to do because it takes a long time. I don't know if you guys have ever pursued anything creative. If you guys ever pursued anything creative, I don't know if it happens to you. It happens to me all the time. Where the better I get at something, the longer I take, and therefore the less good it feels to do it. Because to me, I am getting better at artwork in every single way possible. And what does that mean? It means that my art is taking longer to produce, and therefore I get bored faster. And I am so annoyed by it. I am so annoyed. I wish I could enjoy art the same way that I used to. But anyway, today we're doing some rendering. We are rendering the artwork for the Poison Gymleader, which the last time you saw her, she was looking a little bit worse for wear, I think. The sketch wasn't really doing that good, to be honest. The sketch wasn't really that good, and I don't know why you guys would let me whack out of the stream go to such a poor sketch, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But as you can see, she's looking a lot better now, don't you think? Don't you think? I don't know. I really like her. I really like the way that she's looking. Although I will say that I am having some regrets. Me personally, I'm having some regrets about this outfit in particular, particularly about the boa, because the boa looked strange in movement. The boa looks strange as a physical object. I will say that much. As a part, you know, as a part of the character design, I think it's a great silhouette thing. But on the other hand, I think that maybe I fucked up a little with the actual physicality of the object, because regardless of any way, shape, or form that I draw her interacting with it, it just looks weird. So maybe this is the time in which we employ the age-old. We just draw them in the same pose, and that's it. You cannot be perceived from the side. You cannot be perceived from the back. Only from the front. Only from the front shall you be perceived and therefore be acknowledged. Because I mean, the boa does make some degree of physical sense, but at the same time, it's just, you know, it's just one of those things that looks ridiculous in any other angle other than the front. I have an issue where the better I get, the easier I guess, and thus I don't feel the joy of challenge as much as it gets boring. Ooh, we're getting deep up in here. We're getting into the deep physiological. Can I talk? Deep physiological questions. We're getting deep into it. I mean, I feel like if you're starting to get bored like that, though, if the challenge is no longer enough, that's when you need to, like, you know, for the lack of a better word, challenge yourself more. I know it's not helpful. I know that what I'm saying is like fork found in kitchen type of advice that I'm giving right now. But like, if you're getting to that point, I feel like that's what you need to do, you know? Like, for example, if you're like, oh, I can draw these poses too easily now, then you start drawing like hardcore poses, doing something with perspective and stuff like that. I would never get to that point because I have this thing which is called regression, which is, yes, I may get better at artwork, but also at the same time, you know what happens? Is that I go like 2 days without drawing, and suddenly I've forgotten how to draw. And suddenly life feels dull and hopeless, and I do not think that I know how to draw anymore. You know what I mean? But like, that is my problem. That is a problem I personally have when it comes to this kind of stuff. And also, I never quite mastered how to do certain things, right? Like when it comes to, like for example, let's say you like shadows for the skin and all that. I feel like I can do like pretty good looking skin now, which I feel like that is such a weird thing to say now that I say it out loud. But I feel like I can do pretty good looking skin now. Problem is though, is that because of that, it never quite ends up looking finished per se. So like, I don't know. I have a weird relationship with the way that my artwork and skills evolve versus how I actually. Because there's also that difference between like my perception of how good my skill is versus the perception of other people. Because I'm sure that to you, even this must looks like magic. You know, to people who don't know how to draw, this looks like magic. This looks like dark magic. Like I should be stoned to death by the church because of this. You know. But at the same time, to me, this just doesn't look that impressive. To me, this just looks like, you know what? I did a thing, and that is okay. It's not the best of the things that I've ever done in my life, but I did a thing. Oh, I need to remove the makeup. Where did I put the makeup on this? Right. I did not do this right. I did not do this right. Which, right away, I will say something, is that she looks kind of peeled without her makeup. Like I was drawing this and doing line art and stuff like that, and without her makeup, she just looks kind of like a poser. You know what I mean? I guess what the kids nowadays would say LARPing. She looks kind of like a poser, and I do not agree with this. I do not agree with this. This is not the vibe that I'm looking for. So I need to give her makeup as fast as possible. Otherwise, she just looks strange. But yeah, for the most part, for the most part, I feel that once I develop like a good sense of a good sense of what is good and what's wrong with like lighting and stuff like that, I'm gonna be unstoppable. Also, part of another problem that I tend to have with this is that sometimes I tend to over-render things, you know? Again, I feel like I'm speaking to like a small portion of my audience, because I know that a lot of you probably don't draw, but sometimes I get too overzealous with stuff. I get too ambitious with the way that I do things. And because I get too ambitious, what ends up happening is that it just looks so detailed, it looks bad. You know, it's like when you put too much detail onto something that you're working on, that it just ends up looking kind of bad because it doesn't make any sense. You're just adding detail for the sake of adding detail instead of actually like thinking about the consequences of the details that you're adding. So I have that issue too. That was particularly prevalent with Mars. I'm trying to find it, by the way. That was particularly prevalent with Mars. With Mars's drawing that I did for her. Studio. No. Where is it? Gymleader art. Where is this shit? There. So with Mar in particular, I think I overdid it with the hair. I think I overdid it with the hair. The hair looks a little bit too much in my opinion. So like it looks good, but it also looks kind of soulless and directionless because of that same thing that I just overdid it with some parts of the outfit, you know? I get too desperate to want to show off my skill and what I'm capable of doing that I forget that, you know, just because you can do it doesn't mean that you need to do it type of shit, you know? Just because you are capable of something doesn't mean that that thing that you should, it should be something that you should do. You know what I mean? I hope I'm making sense. Also, it's been a while since I've streamed, and therefore I do apologize if I'm not as entertaining as I once was when you first started watching me, because I just genuinely I'm kind of fucked right now. I'm kind of fucked, not gonna lie. Like, life has fucked me over so bad in the last couple days that I'm not sure how to interact again into the content space. And I've been working on content too, don't get me wrong. I've been like working on my video, for example, my Gymleader, my Elite 4 video, which by the way, I literally have the last bit of it away. I have only like what, 4 minutes to edit, and you know, 4 minutes doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot. But I'm in the final stretches of that video, and because of that, I'm just kind of like over it at this point. And I know it may feel like I haven't been doing much of anything, and like, you know, I've been being lazy the last couple days, but I promise I haven't. I promise I've been working on stuff, and I promise the fact that I got sick did not interrupt that much my production pipeline, you know? Jesus, my hair is fucking killing me, dude. But it's already up in a bun. I don't know what to do with it. I just want to chop it all off. I just want to chop all my hair off. Do you guys ever get like the womanly urge to just chop all your hair off? Like, to all of my people with not even womanly, just in general, to all of my people with long hair, do you ever get the urge to just like, your hair is just piss you off for the last time, and now you need it to go away? Because like, I'm having that issue right now. My hair is just not behaving the way that I want it to, and it's pissing me off so bad. It's pissing me off so bad. Like, I need you to not be in my way right now. And that is just not happening. No, I must live vicariously through you as I cannot have long hair right now. Damn. The problems of being of the military. Girl. Okay. Sorry. And once again, I'm arranging my hair. Here's the thing, though. Why is it that they don't let you have long hair? Like, genuinely asking and not trying to be, like, antagonistic against that, but, like, against the system. But, like, why don't they not let you have long hair? That's one of the things that has never made sense to me in that context is, like... I mean, I get the practicality sense of it, right? I get the practicality sense. But at the same time... Not like you're doing it's not like you're doing anything that might be, you know, too dangerous for you to have long hair for. You know what I mean? Like what could you be doing that could warrant you not having long hair? You yourself told me that you don't go into like deploy missions. So like, what's the thesis? What's the tea with that? Because military tradition said so. Ugh. We hate it here. I'm so sorry though. That must suck. See, that's the reason. That's the reason why I never did my military service. You know, military service is supposed to be mandatory, but I never did it. I never did military service, despite the fact that in technicality it's supposed to be mandatory. But like, you know, it's just one of those things that I never got around to do. I never got around to do the military service, and now I feel like it's probably gonna come back to bite me in the ass one day. Like, more than likely, it's probably gonna come back into biting me in the ass. But be honest though, be honest. What does the military want with me? Like, being 100% real, why would the military want me? Other than just wanting bodies for whatever reason. Like, I don't think I would be useful to the military in the way that I am right now, unless we're talking about, you know, reliving the men. If the men are having some urges that need to take care of, I guess that I can take care of that. But otherwise, I just don't... I don't know. I don't think I would be a good target for the military. I feel like I would serve, but I wouldn't serve the country, you know? I would serve in a different way. Which is why I am confused. That's for why me, Brennan, must do community service. Then again, though, I also heard that in some countries, like, military service is optional. You know? Because when it comes down to it, they seem to, it doesn't matter who shoots the bullet, it will kill anyway. Okay. Yes. That's true. But, and hear me out, but I will be taking the bullet first. That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, if the supposed condition for me being drafted is to win something, I am most definitely not winning anything. Most definitely not winning anything when it comes to that type of situation. Like, I will die first. Make no mistake. Renan will die first. In fact, there's a more possibility that the bullet that I will be ended up taking would be my own. So like, at that point, I don't know. Hold on, I'm giving her back her boobs. Give me 1 second. I'm giving her back her boobs. Because she's supposed to have a bit of a prominent bosom. She's supposed to have a prominent bosom. Although this is all basic painting, it's all gonna look deeper and better as soon as they take it. But anyway, speaking of other things, by the way, speaking of murder, you guys want to talk about murder? Let's talk about murder. Speaking of murder, I will say, okay, hold on. Let me try to rephrase this in a way that won't make me feel bad about it. Okay, so do you guys ever open a bottle, like a pressurized bottle, and feel that you're committing premeditated murder? Like, have you ever opened a bottle of Coca-Cola and feel like you're actively strangling somebody? Because that's what it feels like to me. Like, to open a soda properly and not have it, like, you know, everywhere, to not have it come in your face, basically, you gotta open it slowly and like methodically grab its neck and unscrew the cap in a way that it makes you feel as though you are an assassin. Like, the way that you gotta handle this bottle cap is like you're appearing right behind them with chloroform right before you snap their neck. That's what it feels like to me, because that's how careful you gotta be for it to not go everywhere. You know what I mean? So that I feel weird sometimes. Like sometimes these like mundane things that shouldn't mean that much mean a lot to me just because of how it makes me feel. Okay. Sometimes I feel like a serial killer and I need to talk to people about it. I figure you wouldn't mind getting sprayed in the face. I mean, I don't mind. I do not mind at all. But, you know, it's become so sticky. And, like, when it becomes so sticky, like, you know, I do have big lashes. My lashes would get sticky and will get sticky together. You know what I mean? And what about my hair? Gotta take care of my hair, too. But, like, I don't mind getting sticky, but at the same time, I would rather much more like it if it would all be like a control spray, you know? If we had control over it. Which is why I learned to open bottle caps the same way that I have. I only feel that way when killing a computer by holding the power button down. Are you going like, go to sleep, slip away type of shit? Cause, oh damn, we scored, Pug. Damn. Can you guys hear that? Can you guys hear that? Because that is actually kind of funny. It is really funny. Holy shit. She's making a lot less noise than I thought she was going to be. Not gonna lie. I'm kind of disappointed. I want a refund. Can I have a refund? Because she's making a lot less noise. I was expecting her for her to be much nosy than she is being right now. Man. But yeah, sometimes I just get like murderous tendencies for whatever reason. Like sometimes I equate things that shouldn't be equated to murder that feels like murder. And then sometimes I feel empathy for things that I probably shouldn't be feeling empathy for. For example, I feel so bad whenever I kill something that I wasn't meant to kill. Like, let's say so mosquitoes have been the bane of my existence for the past few days. because that's just what happens when you live in a climate where that is humid enough and hot enough for it to develop mosquitoes. And a couple days ago, to give you more context here, I've gotten really good at killing mosquitoes with just my hands. I've gotten really, really good at it. Like, you do not know my skills. You do not know what I'm capable of. I am literally a ninja. Have you guys ever seen Fruit Ninja? That's me. That's me. That's how I do with mosquitoes. I have been studying the blade so that I am able to kill mosquitoes more effectively. And I've gotten so good at it that I am no longer able to distinguish between a mosquito and a fly. And the other day, I killed what I thought was a mosquito, and when I opened my hands, it was a fly, and I felt so bad. I felt so bad because the fly was not the target of my ire. The fly was not the target of my ire, of my it was not the target of my lifelong dream of revenge that I have with mosquitoes. So, you know, I am capable of feeling things for things that I probably shouldn't feel for. You know what I mean? The same thing when I accidentally kill a roach. I just feel so bad for them. I feel so bad. I feel fragmented, you know. I feel like I should be put behind bars whenever I kill something that wasn't meant to be killed. You know what I mean? Man. But yeah, I would like a refund. My sister is not screaming the way that I thought she was going to be screaming. Like, I genuinely thought that I was gonna have to be like saying it every once in a while, and given the PSA that my sister is watching the World Cup, and therefore, if you hear her scream, I am so sorry. That is not my fault. That is not an issue that I can't help because she's just excited. But now, she's just kind of being tame about it. Like, what's up with that? Like, los tienen contra la pared. No creo que esté muy emocionado. What do you mean? Is it? Didn't Mexico just score? Didn't they just score? Because I heard it say goal. That's what I heard. By the way, hi Kudonin, how you doing, sweetheart? Hope you're having a good day. It's been a while since I've seen you. But the Brits scored twice in a row, so it's like, is it like 1-2 now? Is it 1-2 now? Oh, thank you for the hydration. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, it's 1-2. Goddamn. Goddamn. Okay, well, you know, this might be where we stop then. This might be where we stop. You know, might be where the Mexico sweep stops. Which, you know what? I am okay with this. I am okay with this, but I don't think anybody who is like into this type of shit is actually kind of real. I'm honestly worried about either result, and I'm going like, what do you mean? Wait, what makes you worry about it? Don't tell me that you're one of the people who bet their house. Don't tell me that you bet your house on this, Kuronen, because if so... Oh, damn! Did they score again? How about the soccer? People are gonna go wild either way. I mean, true, but like, at the same time, what can you do about it? Like, be honest, like, what can we even do about that part? People will be feral regardless of what happens, so... Honestly, I'm not too worried about it. all I would really do tonight is just not go out late at night, and that's it. That's all you can really do either way. Just don't expose yourself to that kind of stuff, and you'll be Gucci. You'll be Gucci. Stay home and watch out for stuff. I mean, the most that they can do, and I have dogs, so like, the most that they can do is just like throw a ruckus outside, and that's it, really. Maybe knock off my tree. I just I don't know. I feel like it's a lot more dangerous when you're closer to the areas of the stadiums and stuff like that. But at least here in Mexico, at least where I live, in the little slice of Mexico where I live, there's not that much of ruckus that they can cause, really. I am pretty far away from any like important building that they could be burning, so I'm fine. I think I will be fine. Are you close to it? Are you close to any of those kind of spaces in Corona? Because if you are, you better stay careful. And all of you better stay careful tonight, because you know, soccer fans are rabid. They're nothing if not rabid. So do be careful outside tonight. Alrighty. I'm almost done with the first layer of this, by the way. I'm almost done with the first layer of this. Am I doing the... Yeah, I'm doing it correctly. Holy shit, the people are yelling so loud that you can hear them through the announcers' mics. That is so fucking funny. That is so funny. I also fear for the Brits. There are rumors about the last match results, and let's just say that victory against Ecuador doesn't seem like a natural effect. Oh, shut the fuck up. Listen. If I will say anything about that situation, is that the thing with Ecuador is that they are not very good at losing, particularly when it comes to Mexico, because we don't really have a great relationship right now. So I will not say that it may or may not have happened, because, you know, I wasn't there, and therefore I have no idea what is true and what is a lie. What I will say is that Ecuador has every incentive to be mean to Mexico. I'll just say that much. All I know is that Mexico and Ecuador are not friends right now, and therefore I go be careful of whatever comes out of their mouth, because there's a strong incentive to just say shit just because it will get you there. I just noticed this huge fan of green. Where is it coming from? Was anybody gonna tell me about this? Where is it coming from? I guess it's just kind of random. Interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to get into it too much, to be honest, with the whole Ecuador-Mexico thing. Because at the end of the day, it's just people take this kind of stuff a little bit too seriously, in my opinion. It's just a game, Mary. Game. You lose, you win. Same with like a League of Legends match. You lose, you win, and you sometimes embarrass yourself in national TV, and that's fine. What is life if not embarrassing, and if not embarrassment? You know? But yeah, did you guys miss me, by the way? Did you guys miss me? Because I miss you a lot, too. I was genuinely kind of heartbroken on Friday when I found out that I was, like, getting sick. You know? when I found out that I was getting sick and I wasn't gonna be able to stream, I felt so bad. Because, you know, we were coming up of this, like, the ending of this drawing. We were also doing some Pokemon White stuff, so it has been some weird days while you were away. Really? What happened? If you don't mind me asking, what happened? What did I miss? The World Cup, mainly. Okay, well, I mean, to be honest, though, I haven't been keeping that much in the loop. Like, I know things, but I don't know that much. Like, you guys gotta keep me on front about it. What's going on with the World Cup? What's going on, and why do you feel concerned? Why is there a concern happening? I'd set the time aside and everything for Friday. I'm sorry. I didn't plan to get sick, I promise. I genuinely didn't plan to. So it just happened. Oh, I don't think I like the undertone of this very much. I think I would like to go back to the redder side. Maybe a little bit less dark. There you go. There's going to be huge drama between in the Spanish community later on. Spain will face Portugal. Oof. Now that one's going to be even bigger than the whole Mexico debacle with Ecuador. That one's going to be big. Says that one's going to be huge. That match won't be today, though. Thank God, honestly, because quite frankly, listen, as much as I love the vibes, of like the World Cup and people getting together and celebrating this event, I cannot wait for it to be over. I, for one, cannot wait for it to be over because, and I'm being very genuine about this, it just kind of makes me antsy in general. It just kind of makes me antsy. It makes me feel. It makes me feel like everything could go wrong in every couple seconds, you know? And not because I think anything will happen to me, it's just in general. It just feels... I don't like the ambience. I don't like the competitive ambience of things, you know what I mean? I feel like that is the best way that I could explain it. I don't like the competitiveness of it all. I feel like people don't have the emotional maturity to be competitive. Girl, what the fuck is this? Okay, let me preface this by saying... that Let me preface this nose and everything that's about to happen on this face by saying that I'm still not done, okay? I'm still not done. It's gonna look really bad and really weird for a moment, but you just sit there and take it, okay? You just sit there and take what I can give you when it comes to this shit. God, this looks so bad and so wrong, but it's okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it too much, Renan. Okay, first of all, I need to... There. I just needed to figure out where the lower side of the nose was on this. Listen, they say that good artwork takes time. Okay? They say that good artwork takes time. And I agree with that because usually my art looks like shit until it doesn't anymore. Okay, that looks slightly better. Portugal's been robbing everyone. They're not even pretending that they're rigging her name to get Ronaldo to the final match. You think so? Okay, now that's some drama that I don't know about. You know what it is? You know what it is? Ever since I decided to focus more on fandom and stuff again, and you know, hitting my Twitter for like fandom for like BL and much more recently Love and Deep Space. I love Love and Deep Space, and I am very sad that they took my dog away from me. But my thing is that ever since I decided to focus more on fandom and less on the creator space of VTubing and stuff like that, I am no longer in tune with the drama. I am no longer in tune with the drama. I am no longer in tune with anything that's been happening in general on the drama side of things. Even for the World Cup, I've been like tuning out like people making a ruckus out of nothing. So because of that, I just don't know anything about drama, and I've never been happier. I would say, I've never been happier ever since I disconnected from VTuber Twitter. Ever since I am no longer actively there anymore, I've never been happier. And I feel like that's bad. I feel that's bad. I do not like that fact that I feel happier when I am not surrounded by my peers, which is kind of unfortunate, really. But I feel like that is just that is just what happens when you become a creator of your own. You crave spaces where there is no discord between people. It's not subtle, it's like serious. His team got almost 20 extra minutes to make them not get disqualified from the previous match. Ew, that's gross. Well now that you put it like that, that does sound a little bit too suspicious. That does sound a little bit too suspicious. I guess that's why everybody in Mexico is just doing the what if thing. What if? Because like I guess it would actually be a miracle if we win, because you know, or still. I mean, but at that point, what do you do, really? Okay, let's put it this way. Let's do a hypothetical for all of you. Let's do a hypothetical for all of you. If you... Let's not even put it in the World Cup. You are on a competition. And you find out that the competition is rigged. And no matter what you do, you will not win. What would you do in that situation? Any option is valid in my opinion, but what would you do? If you ask me, I wouldn't give up per se, but I would act a lot more relaxed, you know? I will definitely not be as stressed out about it anymore. And I will have a lot more fun knowing that the competition is like basically not even there. So I don't think I would feel too bad about it if I found out that a competition that I am participating on is rigged. Because at the same time, at that point, who cares? Even if you find out you're not gonna win. I need to do her cheekbones a little. Because despite the fact that her face is a little rounder, she still does have cheekbones. It's kind of a requirement to be human, unfortunately. Cheekbones are a thing. And they will look kind of weird. Also, let me catch up. Twitter is only good for finding corny things. I can open Twitter while in public. Which is why we do the smart thing, which is have secondary Twitter accounts. At least that's what I do. That's what I do. I have secondary Twitter accounts just to not get my horny found out. You know how happy I was whenever out of the many things that Elon Musk has done for Twitter, one of the things that I actually am kind of grateful for is private likes. You know, private likes was probably one of the best things that he could have ever done for Twitter, and I for one have been using and abusing the fuck out of it personally. Hey Liv, how you doing, sweetheart? So excited to see your final render. I don't know if it's turning out good, but it's turning out. It's happening. Like, it is happening. Not sure if it's good so far, but it is certainly happening, and we'll see how it goes, I suppose. We'll see how it goes. Right now, it's looking really rough. She's beautiful. Thank you. Honestly, she's gonna look better when she gets her makeup on. Once she gets her eye makeup on, she's gonna look better, because right now she's looking a little naked. You know? Right now she's looking a little naked. But it'll get better. It'll get better for sure. For sure. Okay, I really need you to... Like, I know she has a big nose, but at the same time... There you go. Now that feels a little bit less weird. That feels a bit more shapely. Depends. Is the money for going along with the plan or losing worth it? I mean... Let's put it this way. You win everything by winning. And although you don't lose anything by losing, it is clear that you would have benefited more from winning rather than losing. I guess. Is that a better hypothetical? Is that a better way to do that hypothetical? I'm not sure. Also, I was really upset about it. There is this guy from Modric, Croatia. This was the last World Cup as well. Croatia was about to get kicked out, and he scored the goal at the very last second. It took about 10 minutes for them to determine if the goal was offside. When it was clear that it wasn't. And even when checked, he still got his goal dismissed, and he was really pissed after the game was over. Reasonably so. I mean, yeah, but at the same time, rules are rules. Rules are rules. If it's outside of the permissible thing to do, then I am so sorry, sweetheart, you lost. You know? That's also the thing. That's also the thing about this type of competitive tournament. It's just people do not know how to take a loss. People generally do not know how to take a loss when it comes to this kind of stuff. People need to learn to take an L. Lord. Church. Okay, you know what I need to do? I need to introduce light. That's what I need to do. That's why she's looking weird. I need to introduce light. She's looking a little bit too dark right now. So that's what I need to do. There needs to be lighting here. We need some lighting. Ooh. But it's not light enough. And it's also way too red. Thank you for the stand-up and stretch, Shrek. I appreciate it. I don't know. It's looking too red for me still. I guess that's better. Okay, let's do... You know, one thing that I will say and I will forever appreciate about getting into makeup is that it really has helped me a little bit to understand how the lighting of the face works. Basically, that's a little bit too much light. But it has helped me a lot to understand how the lighting of faces works. Because, you know, when you're drawing and doing lighting for a face, it's essentially the same as if you were doing makeup for people. Like, think about that the next time that you're like rendering and you want to like get serious about lighting and stuff. Think about the way that that makeup people do lighting. It's gonna change the way that you view it. I guarantee it. I feel like you're gonna get 1,000 times better once you understand the way that people do their makeup, because the way that people do makeup is basically just like drawing. You know, you're drawing onto the face. It's the exact same thing. The exact same thing. I need to do some definition on this nose though. Like, I get it. But at the same time, no, I don't get it. There you go. Oh, why are they booing? I hear booing. What's happening? Can somebody update me on what's happening? Why is there a lot of booing happening right now? I hear booing. I hear booing in the background. Did somebody commit a fault or something? Okay, that's good. We do this here because that's usually where lighting is. Then their chin. Segundo tiempo. Oh, okay, I see. So that's where the cheering is from. Okay, and then we do this. Damn, it sounds like it's getting intense over there. It sounds like it's getting so intense. So place your best, chats. Place your words. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Is it Mexico? Or is it or is it Britain? Or is it Britain? Honestly, I don't care, but you know. I am a content creator and therefore I need to lead by the expectation that I am being encouraged to do content related to the World Cup, despite the fact that I don't give a fuck. The color variation on her face is so lovely. Thank you. You're so sweet. Although, to be honest, this is still looking a little bit like garbage, but it'll get better over time. But how you doing, Juju? How's it going? Guess what? I only have like 4 minutes left on the video. So like, I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited about getting this video out. I will say that much. I'm very excited to get this video out. I want it out of my draft so that I can move on to the next thing and not feel so guilty about the fact that I haven't published anything in a while. That's my main problem with it. It's just I feel so bad that I haven't published anything. I need this. Which is why I also haven't celebrated anything to do with reaching 1K. I haven't celebrated anything to do reaching 1K because I want that video out first. I want that video out first to be able to celebrate. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I want to feel like I deserve it. That's why I haven't celebrated, but soon. I still don't know what I'm gonna do. Do you guys have any ideas of what we could do to celebrate like the 1K? Because like it's a pretty big milestone, but now that I am here, I have no idea what to do with it. Now that I am here, now that it is real, I have no idea what to do with having 1K subscribers. There's so much you can do. Please enlighten me. Please enlighten me, because honestly, I will do what you guys have. There's so much to do. I also have no idea. You are so helpful. You are so helpful. I appreciate you so much. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I kid. I kid. I need... Okay, listen. To be able to do this properly, I need to get rid of her lashes for a little bit. Her lashes are a big part of her character, but like... Look at this! By the way, look at her without lashes. Look at her without lashes. Doesn't she look bald? Doesn't she look a little bald? Like, without lashes and without her makeup, doesn't she feel bald? Doesn't she feel like there is nothing special going on with her? Like, without her lashes and her makeup, it just feels like just some girl. It feels like just some girl. It doesn't feel like she's that good. Oh my god, idea? Okay, what's the idea? I'm listening. It's because I have much better uniform. I support them, so I support them. You know what? I appreciate it. I appreciate that you appreciate her fashion sense. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Jesus, my sister. God damn. I've been busy with family this past weekend, so I have to slow down. I mean, but you'll pick it back up, girly. You'll pick it back up. You're never too far away. I will say you're better. You're much better at keeping up with it than I am. That's for sure. Okay, I really need this thing too. I don't even know what I'm doing this, by the way. This is all going to be covered up with makeup, but I guess I'm just doing it for the love of the game. I guess I'm just doing it for the love of the game. Like, all of this that I'm doing right now is going to be covered up with makeup, so... But you know, you gotta have a good foundation. Okay, let me read. Let me check on you. Live Q&A, maybe older viewer, maybe view or add older content commentary on what you want to do for the channel. That doesn't sound bad, but I feel like maybe I just don't have enough content to pull that kind of stuff off, you know? You add older content. I mean, that would be older streams. I do have like older shorts that I've done before. I do have that. That's for sure. Commentary on what I want from the channel. I mean, right now what I'm focusing on really, and I'm like zeroing in on, is doing like the Pokemon content stuff. That is something that I definitely do want to like be deep-seated on, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, by the way. I don't know if you guys have like perused around on like the Pokemon content creator sphere and seeing who is around and what is around, but I'm probably the only VTuber who focuses solely and surely and in Pokemon. Like, there are other VTubers who do Pokemon related content, but I am the only one who fully focuses on it. You know? So like, on the one hand, I do have that. That is something that I do have going on with me. That I am on a niche in which I don't think I'm gonna be contested on when it comes to VTubing stuff. Maybe Jackbox with some viewers. Do you guys like Jackbox? Like seriously asking for a friend and not trying to shame people about it. But do you guys actually like Jackbox? Because I'm not huge on it. Like I played it before and I am capable of playing it, but like, are you guys okay with Jackbox? They are fun. I mean, we can do it. We can absolutely do it. If you guys would like to be on stream, we can just do it through Discord. That's something we can do. We can do it through Discord. Last time I did something related with a milestone, it was like a background that we all did together. We did a drawing together of a background, and I was supposed to get that fully realized, but I never got around to it because I ran out of money. I don't have enough money to make that a thing, but you know, eventually I would like to revisit that and make it a full-blown thing. Do you guys remember that? The little drawing board that we did all together? Because I still have it. Don't get me wrong, I still have it. I just do not have the money to make it into like a full thing. But I still plan on it. That is something I still have in mind. The other thing that came up pretty like often when it came to like celebrating 1K is the fact that you guys want me to save. you guys want me to like depilar, what's it called? It's not shave, it's you guys want me to wax. That's the other thing that I do know I know that you guys want me to do. You guys want me to wax on stream. That's something I remember, and something that I fear every single day is that you guys want me to wax on stream. I know that you guys want that. Good, and I know that you guys want that because you told me. You told me that that is one of your most deepest desires, that you wish to see me in pain. And you know what? That's fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, my friend, touche. Okay, this is about to get kinda pretty. Oh my god, I forgot about that. I haven't forgotten. I'm still like figuring out the logistics of that. I'm still figuring out the logistics because I will have to buy some wax to be able to do it myself. And it's probably gonna hurt like a motherfucker. Look, just give us a heart no, but we'll respect it, but give us a little wiggle room. I mean, it's okay. Listen, there is a reason why I still haven't shaven my legs yet. Because I'm saving it. I'm saving it for that. It will happen eventually. I don't know when, but it will happen. I'm saving it for it. I guarantee you that. Like, the community archies, those always are fun, but when it comes out, it doesn't get enough people. True! I mean, to be fair, I've done my fair share of things that are awkward if people are not here. Case in point, streaming is one of those things that gets really awkward when people are not there. But that's okay, because you know what? I do this for you guys' satisfaction and for my own satisfaction as well. You know what I mean? I do this because it is fun for me to do, and because you guys have fun with me. You know what I mean? So I am not above doing something that may not get enough prep because of that. But I don't know. Do you guys still want to do your tournament? Because I also remember that was one of the things that you guys wanted to do. You guys wanted to do a tournament. Because we can do a Pokemon tournament. I can set that up for you, no problem. In fact, it will be probably one of the easiest things to do. Because I don't have to do much of anything other than just, you know, watch you guys compete with each other and beat each other to death. That is pretty much all I have to do for that kind of stuff. All I have to do is just watch you kill each other. Ooh, you know what we could do? It could be fun, but I'm not sure if you guys would be into it. Have you guys ever heard of those, what's it called? Hunger Game simulators? Ever heard about that? We could do that. We could do like a Hunger Game simulator to see which one of you comes out of top. And which one of you gets murdered. Would that be something you'd be into? Because I feel like it would be like a fun, non-serious thing to do. Hello, is my thing working correctly? Okay, there you go. God damn, Mar, you really do need some chapsticks. Look at this. I forgot how fucked up I made Mar's lips. Can you guys see this shit? Look at how fucked up I made these lips. She needs some chapstick. She needs some milk. Jesus, I am so sorry, Mar. Like the Gmail Dead Bronze or like Spy Game copies and never seen the Hunger Game one. That's how my lips feels right now. If your lips feels like this, you need some chapsticks. Dad, dude. Dad. As in, like, right now, you need to go get some chapstick and put it on your lips, because that is not good. That is not a good thing to feel, my darling. I will tell you that much. You need to take care of your lips better. Okay, now I'm doing the thing where I'm like deepening the shadows, making it feel a little bit 3D right now. How do you guys feel about this, by the way? Does it look good? Because I feel it looks slightly weird compared to Mar. And then again, though, she looks bald because she doesn't have her stuff. There you go. Now she looks a little bit less bald. How do you feel about it? Does this look good? Does it look good? Does it look great? Because it feels a little weird. I have something that's just not working good enough. It's green apple too. Ooh. So does that mean that when you kiss you have like green apple flavor? Because that would be cute. I know I'm not in the business of like telling people what to do when it comes to romance and stuff like that. But like, what if you flavor your lip? Like, wouldn't that be kind of cute? Flavoring your lips for a person. I feel like that would be like the ultimate expression of love. You're just flavoring your lips for them, making sure that a kiss is like the most comfortable thing that they've ever done with you. How are things going? I need to report. I need to report on this. Oh, holy shit! It's 1 to 3. We're fucked, bitch. We are fucked. Oh, you know what? We had fun. We had fun at the World Cup. That's what I'm gonna say. We had fun at the World Cup. Holy fuck. I feel like we got a little bit too delusional too fast. You know what I mean? We got too delusional too fast. I think people were thinking we're thinking we're gonna make it all the way to the end, but let's be honest. The likelihood of that was like very low to begin with. Okay, she's looking cute. She's looking cute. She's looking nice. She's looking like a nice girl. Everything will look better once I, actually get around to doing the hard shadows. Because right now, all I'm doing is like occlusion shadows and stuff like that. I'm mapping out her face with color, but I haven't really shaded anything. I'm random. Okay, so if I am correct, and if the moon aligns right, there should be a shadow here. Like, this should be in shadow. I'm saying with the lips, of course. The lips also need a shadow. Although I think that this might be a little bit too dark. That might be too dark of a shadow for this. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's looking really good. I'm actually really liking this so far. I don't know. I may be overdoing it with how dark the shadows might be. But that's also kind of a problem that I tend to have myself. I tend to, like, again, go overboard with the contrast of the face and stuff like that. But I feel like if I don't do it, it just doesn't... I feel like I'm not committing. Because I also have this problem that if sometimes I am too scared to commit to something that may look weird. And because of that, it ends up looking strange. So I want to make sure that I am committing to the fullest when it comes to doing this type of stuff. The woman... Wait. Now I think about it. Does this area of a woman's neck actually have, like, definition? I don't remember. Because I know that a man's is much more pronounced, but I'm not sure if a woman's is that pronounced too. I think it is. Oh, it's 2-3 now. Okay, I guess we can still win. Sorry, I'm kind of keeping up with it just because my sister is making me keep up with it. I have it open on the side just because I feel like I kind of have like an obligation as a Mexican to pay attention to what's happening. Is that just me? It might just be me. Okay, and I just go back over with this again. There you go. I'll keep it like that for now. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like, how many of you are actually gonna be like fully zooming into her fucking neck and looking at all that definition? I don't think a lot of you will. In fact, I'd be surprised if any of you are zooming into this right now. Like, it can be a little messy. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. I will. And because I know about it, it's gonna bother me. But it probably won't bother you guys too much. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. There. All right. I think we can get into like detailing now. At least when it comes to her face and neck area. I'm barely even watching doing arts and crafts. Ooh, what you crafting? What you crafting? Why are you not sharing it with me? I want to see. What are you making? I've been sewing a lot more recently. Because my dog has like this word vendetta with her bed. I don't know why she does this, but my dog just does not She takes the full filling out of her the filling out of her bed, and so every morning I have to wake up, put the filling back in, and just sew it back up just so she can still have her bed, which has made me much better at sewing. I know how to do a ladder stitch now, which, you know, for those who know how to sew, it's probably not a big deal, but for me it is, because I don't know how to sew at all. Sewing is not my forte, which is weird because at some point in time I did market myself as a, you know, as a fashion VTuber, which I still think I am. I still think I qualify as that, but I no longer feel the pressure to know how to sew. Here we go. There we go. Wow, she looks so good! Look at that face! Hold on, you know what? What we do need though, despite the fact that this is probably not gonna show up, we need a little bit of highlighter. Just a tiny little bit. Just a tiny little bit. Fancy little bit of highlighter. Look at that though! Oh, this like God really did everything. Oh, it really did everything for me. It really does makes it look 10 times better like that, though. Again, I think I may have overdone it with these shadows. I think the shadows might be a little bit too dark. I might mess around with it some more. But for the most part, I think it looks good. Okay, what I need to do though now is do something called subsurface scattering, which essentially means I'm going to outline every shadow with a lighter tone line. And what this will do is make this it will make this feel more alive. What this will do is that it will make it feel more alive and less and add a bit more color to her face, because otherwise the shadows can end up looking a little bit too craft if you don't do this, which you don't have to, by the way. Subsurface scattering is not, it's an aesthetic decision that you may choose or may not choose to include in your drawings. I choose to include it because I feel like it does do something for me, but for many people it may not do anything. Still waving the same rope back. It's a long craft. Damn. I don't know if this needs it, but I'm gonna do it anyway, because why not? Why not? I have time. I have the fun for it. Oh, I worry that it looks a little bit too clean now, though. Fuck. You know, this also happens a lot, by the way, is when you're doing like rendering stuff, and then you haven't rendered the rest of it, like the hair, the lashes and stuff like that. It does tend to happen that it looks a little bit too strong, but once you've done everything else, it just comes back around and it becomes fine. You know? I have shown it before, right? Am I confusing VTubers? It might be confusing VTubers because this is the first time that I hear of it. This is the first time that I hear that you're doing anything. As far as I know, you're always paying attention to me all the time, 24/7. You know? So, like, what's up with that? Were you ever gonna tell me about it? Okay. I don't think subsurface scattering is gonna work as well. Wait, actually? It will work. I can't believe that you know other VTubers other than me, though. How dare? How dare you, good sir? How dare you? I thought I gave you the good food here. Do I not feed you guys enough? Do I not feed you guys enough for you to stay loyal? It's fine. I don't care. You guys can have as many VTubers as you want. You guys can cheat on me as many times as you want. Because I know that I cannot keep you guys forever. And what I am going to do, though, is I'm going to add a bit more of a shadow right here. Because I do want you to see the double chin a little bit. Because she does have one. She does have a little bit of a double chin. And that is something that does need to be highlighted. There. You can see it better now. Double chin. Where do you put it? Do you put it on the Discord? Yeah, because there is nothing in the Sewing and Crafting channel. You lied to me. You have lied to me and my cows. Oh, there. Okay, now we do the same to the boobs. The boobs also need to be highlighted, because you know, they are boobs. And people need to get a good look at them. Okay, I like the face. I like the face. I like the face. Now all I need to do is just do like hard shadow stuff. Which is gonna be a little bit concerning because I already ran out of like dark. But there you go. Hard shadow is essentially shadows that are not going to be diffuse. That's what they are. Shadows that are not going to be diffuse because they are just they add depth to the face in a way that just doing normal shadows doesn't. Because like if I were to not add these dark shadows, despite the fact of how much volume the face looks like it has, it wouldn't look like it has enough. Because things that should have shadow don't have them. For example, the huge ass lashes. These lashes deserve to have their own shadow just because of how big they are. Like these lashes are so big they might as well have their own gravitational pull. That's how big they are. There you go. Then again though, she doesn't have that much of bangs to be able to like fully showcase shadows like this, but we'll make it work. We make it work with what we have. All right. Now we need to... You know what has happened now? You know what has happened now? I've come so far ahead with the face that I no longer have. I have to go back now and redo the rest and do the rest of the skin like this. And what happens when I do this sometimes is I forget how I did the rest of the skin. Fuck me. Okay, let me see. Oh shit, that is so cute! Oh my god! It's rainbow! The rope is rainbow colored! Oh, that's so cute! Did you make the rope? Or did you buy the rope? And also, can I ask? I don't know if I asked you about it before, but I'm gonna ask now. What are you making this for? You don't mind me asking. What's it for? What's the purpose of it? Why are you making it? Does the government need to know about this? I'm kidding. Or am I kidding? Am I kidding? Who knows? Find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Alright. All right. I think what we'll do next is the ear. The ear should come out faster than anything else, really. Because it's not really that intensive when it comes to detail. Particularly because also it's in shadow. It is mostly in shadow. So therefore, the ear shouldn't have that much detail anyway. Alright. I think the insert of the ear is done. We move on to the outside of the ear. Which the top should be the lighter part of it. And the bottom, I think the earlobe is probably the only other part that is receiving that much light. Are we doing the highlight? I think we can do the highlight on the top of the ear. There we go. Not too bad. The rope is store-bought, but the braiding is on me. I wanted to make a bag out of rope, so I figured out how to do it. You know what? It's a good skill set to have. What if someday you're stuck in the middle of nowhere and you need a bag and you can make it out of rope? It's a good skill. It's a good skill. I will not knock it. I will not knock it. Besides, if you're making something that is like for you to use, you're gonna get a lot of use out of it. Like, not to be too ironic with it, but you will get a lot of use out of that. Alright, the face is done, therefore... Well, not the face, the skin of the face is done. Therefore, now we move on to the eyeballs, which should be probably one of the easiest parts to do. Like, if I do it right and I don't... and I don't make it... And I don't accidentally end up making her look like she has pink eye. Because that's something that has happened to me before. Because, you know, the eyes they are white in comparison to everything else, but they tend to be skin colored. Like, they do have, like, a yellowed appearance to them. But if you do that too much, you may accidentally make it look like your character actually may be sick from something. Either it be jaundice or pink eye. So I gotta be careful with this one. I gotta be careful with the way that I do this. Okay, what else do I need to do? Something I like to do personally is do a little bit of a difference between the shadow of the eye. Because to me, at least it makes it look more whiter in appearance, despite the fact that I am not actually using straight up white to do it. Because in general, the main thing you want to avoid when doing any of this like this, when doing my style of rendering at least, is do straight up white or straight up black. At least I find that my artwork tends to get a bit of a more it tends to look better when I do it like this. That's actually the third attempt of design of rollback I done. The first one was harder and much smaller, and second one was way too thin. And now I'm doing it this way. So you're doing it basically like a tote bag is what you're doing. Because like from what it looks like, it's gonna be big, like actually really big. Like you can actually carry some things in there. So it looks more like a tote bag, is it not? It's more of a tote bag situation. Like one of those big supermarket ones. There you go. And that looks semi-decent. I do this. Just outlining the little bit of it. We blend. We blend. And now we got the other way, which is... Actually, I feel like that is not dark enough, but at the same time, I gotta be careful with it, so I'm not gonna do too much with it. And now we actually use a bit of white. Just to balance things out. Make it look like an actual eyeball. We try to make it look spherical. That's the point of this. Make it look spherical. Do you guys ever feel like when I'm talking to myself like this? And when I'm talking, well, I'm like, you know, narrating my process and stuff like that. Do you guys ever feel like I am going insane? Like, does it ever sound like I am going a little bit cray-cray? Because it certainly does feel that way. I will tell you that much. It certainly does feel that way. It does feel like I am going ever so slightly mentally insane. You know, just slightly. Just a little bit. Just for a treat. It does feel like I am going a bit crazy. Because I ran out of things to talk about. And because I ran out of things to talk about, I am just narrating my process. And when I narrate my process, it sounds like I am planning a murder. Which I guess is not too bad of a thing. Okay, let me... I'm gonna do the eyes next. I'm gonna do the eyes next, which should be easy. The eyes tends to be like... Well, not the eyes, the eyelashes part. The eyelashes tends to be like the easier part for me. Because I don't need to think that much about it. Here we go. It's kind of easy to make lashes 3D, not gonna lie. It's kind of easy to make them 3D. Because all you gotta do is just draw some planes. You draw some planes. Imagine I say it's kind of easy to make lashes look 3D and I absolutely fail at it. That would be kind of poetic, not gonna lie. That would be absolutely poetic. Okay, now what we do is make this lighter. Lighter and brighter. Maybe that's a little bit too light now that I think about it. A little bit too light and a little bit too bright. There you go. Second version's also posted. Give me 1 second. I'll look at it in a moment. And look at it in a second. Because right now, I'm in the zone. Right now, I'm trying to make this work for me. Because I see the next step is making this a little bit darker on top. Just to give that 3D sense of it. And now we do the opposite, which is we light up the bottom. Line up the bottom lashes, just to, again, make it feel a bit more 3D. you go. It does kind of fail at looking 3D. Oh man. Imagine me gassing myself up so big like that, only to ultimately fail. Oh god. Hold on. I'll make it look better. Just 1 second, please. Just 1 second. I mean, it does look a little bit pretty. I see. Maybe just the big ass lashes that is preventing it from looking completely 3D. Big ass lashes are not rendered yet. I just have to do this instead. Yeah, I think that looks good. That looks decent. Doesn't look too bad. Okay. Now I need to do the opposite on this side. Meow, 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 meow. Something that can happen too is maybe that the difference is not stark enough for it to feel as 3D. Because that could also happen too. Because that was it happened a little bit with Mar. Mar's lashes were a little bit weird. So I might just need to make the top lighter. Just to make the difference a bit more dark. There you go. Now it actually feels proper. It actually feels proper now. It feels like a proper eyelash. That's so pug. The shadow not going to the base of the lash feels odd. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? I'm confused. You mean this part? One second, let me see if I can fix that. Do you mean this? Is that what you meant? The green lashes. Oh, I see, but that's because the makeup is on top of it. If I were to remove the makeup, hold on. Where I said. Like if I were to remove the makeup, you could still see it a little bit. It's just the problem is I need to draw it on top of it. And then because the makeup is a different layer, I need to draw the big ass shadow of the lash. But I'll do it. I'll do it with I'll do it here just so you can see it better. There you go. There you go. You can see it better now. All right. All I need to do then is to. Well, first of all. There is as I see it now. Yeah. That's the main issue. But it's something fixable. It's honestly nothing that I can fix. I will say I didn't expect her lashes to be so her bottom lashes to be so similar to Mars. Because Mars's lashes were supposed to read as she's like always sad. That's kind of how you are meant to read them. She's always sad, therefore, she always has like this dark lashes on it. But I may need to just make her lashes darker for that to work properly. Because it looks a little weird, not gonna lie. It does look a little weird, but that's okay. Wait. You mean my sister? I think that they're in like, I don't think they're winning right now, and that's probably why she's doing that. She's upset. She's very upset about this whole situation that's happening to her right now. All right. I think the last thing that we'll do for today, because I think we're running out of time. Yeah, we're running out of time. The last thing I will do for today is that we'll render the actual eyes, not the eyeballs, the iris. We'll render the irises, which is, quite frankly, probably one of the most important parts, in my opinion, for me to render. Like, this will decide how the character will look for the most part. And now that I say that out loud, I kind of don't want to do it anymore. Now that I say that out loud, I kind of don't want to do it anymore. I kind of just want to live it like this. Ooh. Not what I should do it. Where is this? All right. What I decided, though, is that her eyes are going to be darker. I feel like it will take too much away from her. It will take too much away from her makeup and her face in general if I make her eyes a bright color. Because I feel like that is just one of those things that it just wouldn't look purposeful. You know? It would look too... It would look like I'm just putting colors for the sake of putting colors. You know what I mean? Because that's something I used to do too. When I used to select my color palettes, I used to just put colors where I thought they should go, rather than actually think about color theory and the way that things would look. So now I'm trying to be a lot more careful with the way that I do stuff. I think we lost, by the way. I think we lost because my sister is like raising hell right now. She sounds very upset. She sounds really, really upset. Dead. Well, you can always win them. You can win all of them. And I feel so bad for those people who betted their houses. I feel so bad for those people who decided to buy a mattress, counting that we were gonna win. But the fact that, you know, the chances of us winning were like not that high. It was genuinely it has never been that high, and I don't know why people decided that it would be that now of all days is when we should be betting our houses and gambling. Okay, let's see. Does this look good? Too bright of a... Maybe I should make it pink. Nope. Oh, now she's resorting to begging. She's begging now. Holy shit. She's losing hope. She's losing hope. She's losing hope. That is too light. Guys, I'm scared. She's getting so annoyed. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't like this. I should just make it purple. Or just like stay with the... The thing is, I don't think I want to stay with the purples. I feel like I want to move away a little bit from it. I just want to move a little bit away from the purples. I feel like if I stay with the purples, it's gonna end up looking a little bit too monotone. And she's already monotone enough as it is. She's monotone enough as it is. I don't think she needs more. And now we do the special part of the eye, which is doing eye shines. Which is something I've been meaning to do for a while for her, because her eye shines are supposed to look like poison clouds. Or at least that's what I tell myself. Oh, right. Oh, God. Oh, I think we have lost, folks. I think we have lost, folks. My sister is fully going off the rails right now. You know, I don't think it should ever be that personal to the point that you get that angry, but hey, I know that a lot of people had like on for this match. Not a complete fan of this. Maybe I need to rework it a little. Maybe it should be like this instead. And then we can actually do the opposite thing. There. Oh, I love her eyes. Ah, they're so pretty. Look at this. Oh, that's gorge. That's Gorgina. That's Gorgina. I love that. Okay, now we do something that I've been meaning to do for a while for her. Fuck. Hold on. Now we do something that I've been meaning to do for a while for her, which is I want her to have ring lights. I want her to have ring light highlights. Because, you know, she is a content creator. She's forever by the cameras. So she needs to have ring lights of her face. There you go. Does that look good? Maybe if I move it a little bit to the side here. Nah, it looks better here. I just need to make it smaller. It would look better. When things are smaller, they look better. That's what I like to tell myself. There you go. You guys have ring light. There. Okay, this needs to be bigger if it's going to read, but for the most part, I feel like we're done with the eyes. Sorry, chat. I know that my chatting is going down a little. I need to get used to streaming again, stuff like that. Actually, I think that usually ring lights tend to be way lower than this. Maybe that's why I'm being a little... I feel like ring lights tend to be... Maybe I'm just being dumb. Ring lights tend to be in like this area of the eye. There. It just needs to be higher. Just higher. Just higher. There you go. There you go, Chad. Alright, Chad. I think this is where we're gonna end it for today. We rendered the whole of the skin of the face, and then we also did the eyes, which is very important. I might still darken the eyes a little because I think that they are blending a bit with the skin, which is a bit unfortunate. That is not something that is intended. And for me to do that, I either need to do one or two things. I either need to go up or go down. And I'm thinking I go down because I don't want her eyes to compete too much for attention with everything else that's going on. Like, they will compete for attention if I am not careful, so. But anyway, I think this is where we're gonna leave it for today. I'm very excited. I really like this. I really like this a lot. It makes me happy. It makes me happy to be finally, like, on the final stages of her, because that means that we can move on to other projects. But anyway, folks, we're gonna leave here for today. I think if everything goes okay, I should be able to have the video out next week. I am aiming for it to be somewhere middle to the end of next week. It shouldn't be that long. So you guys should expect from me the video next week. I will tell you that much. The video will be out next week. I don't know when exactly next week, but the video will be out next week. So hope you guys are looking forward to it. And remember to always take care of yourself. Remember that I love you very much. That I think you guys need to take care of yourself. And remember that the Cherry Bomb Blossom Boutique always appreciates you. Jesus. So yeah, I'm gonna send a raid to Shawan. And remember that the hello, why am I here myself? Wait, who's squeaking? I'm not squeaking, you're squeaking. Anyway, have a lovely day, lovely night. Remember that the Cherry Bomb Blossom Boutique always appreciates you. And I'll see you guys next week. Take care. Love you. Mwah. Bye-bye, y'all. Good night. Take care.